veins. I've been driving this train, years in this lane. There's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and
Welcome to another episode of Jus Curious. I go by the name of S. Gordon, and now we got a special guest. He not just special, he like very unique, one of a kind. Most people would see him as a comedian, but I see him more than that. I see him as a role model, you know, somebody that's inspiring, care about the community. Somebody that actually just hit me up and just say, just keep going, you know. And now as I continue to progress, a lot of people, you know, it'd be a lot of negativity going on. So I just, you know, commend him for that, because that don't cost no money. Just calling somebody and just saying, Stan, keep going. You know, I like what you're doing. You know, I like, you know, you could like, share, whatever. Welcome to the show, you know, D-Hawk, Uncle Freddie. He a whole bunch of different names. Who would you like to be called, sir?
Hey, man, they call me whatever they want to call me, man. But it all depends on the mood that we're in, you know. I don't want the bank to call me D. I want them to call me whatever's going to say on the check. So, no, it's whatever, man. You know, I got different facets from D to Tay to D-Hawk to Delante. You know, if my mama called me by my full name, I know I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? So, hey, just spell my name right, whatever you do. Put some respect on it.
I just like to say, man, I really appreciate you, because I know I hit you up. We've been wanting to meet and you know, sit down for a while, but he like, I'm coming. You know, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Even as he's saying that, I'm just getting better, getting the mics, getting the equipment. You know, just learning. You know what I'm saying? Just steadily progressing. So, but yeah, my show Just Curious. I always been a curious kid. You know, just always ask questions. Even as I get older, I realize being ignorant is actually a blessing, because the more you're ignorant, the more you want to learn. But when you think you know everything, then your ceiling is gonna cut short.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you, like, I want to go from the beginning, like where it all started at. So you from Cleveland, right?
Yep, Cleveland Heights.
Cleveland Heights.
Yes, man.
The Tigers.
Tigers, brother.
You played any sports or anything like that?
Football early age. Just freshman football. 8th grade, then 9th grade. Yeah.
So what happened with that? You just got hit hard? And
No,
it was like,
just wasn't good. just on that level. You know what I mean? On that level.
So how was the whole Cleveland Heights? You know, the community back then when you was in school.
Man, it was very diverse. That's why I can I can touch any crowd. I can make any crowd laugh or be relatable, because I was raised by with different groups of people. So of course you always see color, but it was never you know, my thing is, you know, blood is blood. You know, if I'm drowning, and I'm not going to look at the color of the hand that's reaching in the water to save me. I'm looking at a hand, period. You know, I got some cool white people. I got some cool black people. I got some enemy white people. I got some enemy black people. I know who I am, though. I know, you know, what my family is. I know my background. But you know, so it's just, you know, then Cincinnati, you know, diversion there. You know, so you have some comedians or some people they're just one level, because that's all they see. You know, where I'm, you know, more of a round, you know, more well-rounded. You know, saying I was born with the respect cloth of the village, of the old school mamas, the old school big mamas. You know, that's why I can go to this crowd and make them laugh. Then I can go to, you know, a more younger. But as I get older, that younger crowd is really, really not for me. You know, I'm in the bed at 8 o'clock, bro. They about to start the show at they say on the flyer at 8. It's 11:30. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. No, them days over. Them days are over. So I remember you told me just to give me you like, hey man, the millennials, you know, they on social media, man. So you was like, you should do this to appease them, and I told you, I thank you, but I don't want to appease to that type. It seems like you kind of got to do foolishness, and I'm fine where I'm at. The character that I have, my type of style of comedy, the older people will get that. I think if you try to appease everybody, then you won't appease nobody. Bill Cosby said he don't know the key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everybody. You know, it's like Tupac trying to do country too. Like just, you know, and I get it, but shoot, older people be on the internet just as much as the millennials.
Yeah. Well, you said something real key. I know you kind of brushed over it, but you know your crowd.
Sure.
Marketing 101, just knowing your demographic. And a lot of people in business, they just kind of just do it.
Sure.
But they don't know, like, all right, I'm going to focus on the 15 to 25 year olds. Sure. I focus on the 30 to 45 year old crowd. Everybody that's watching, y'all got to know your demographic, know who your audience is.
Sure.
Because by you catering to the crowd that you know, which is truly who you yourself,
right,
it's gonna attract people like myself.
Right.
You know, I'm 31.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people got old souls.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like it's needed as well, because now and on TV, or now the internet is TV, there's no Bill Cosby or the Parenthood or
sure.
The even Sanford and Son. You know, it's not shows like that anymore. So when they see like a lot of your comedy, is not, some of it is funny, but I know you got a lot of messages in there.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate it, because I feel like it's great for the youth. What inspired you to start giving out the messages to really just help our people?
Yeah, just being different. I just pride myself on just being different. I always been different. I always been like, you know, we're in this world now that everybody's a comedian. He's a comedian. She's a comedian. It's like, I don't want to be that. So when you're doing something that that nobody is not doing, that's what I pride myself. So, especially something as the thinking, the whoa, like the videos I do, they will never expire, because they're continuance. You know, when you just can't get me in a box, or I don't want somebody to see my video and you thinking this is what you're about to see. You never know what's about to come out that hat, you know. So, and then like I say, I just, you know, comedy is not my passion. You know, like I say, it's just leaving that legacy, leaving that, damn, that was deep. You know, when people come up to me and they, man, you funny and this and that, you know, all people ain't gonna think I'm funny. That's fine. But when they say, man, that was real, that video you did was real, it's a different, you know, it's a different a vibe that you get. You know, men's health, what me and you talked about, the big mama, the fathers, you know, the molestation. I'm about to do another molestation as far as a boy getting molested. And I know that'll be big, because you can hear people in the comments that's saying, well, this and that, and so, because it happens via R. Kelly, via, you know, a lot of things. When it's relatable, when you hear rap, you know, you might hear a beat, and it's like, damn, I like that. But when you hear that, damn, he was spitting it. I feel that. If I could rap, that's what I rap like. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want people to relate. That's when they gravitate, when they can relate to you. Yeah.
That's dope. You got a book out. It's actually right there. Beyond the Stage.
Okay.
That's a nice picture of
Thank
yourself.
you, brother.
One thing about me, so like I see the comedy and it's dope, but just knowing the person, you know.
Sure.
So the things that you may not get enough attention for, you know, like feeding the people who starving.
Sure.
Or just giving them the mind state or mentality, like coming up with a book. Something like that to me is inspirational because I always wanted to write a book.
Sure.
So when I'm calling you and you like, yeah, I'm working on this book, I'm gonna call you right back.
Right.
I'm like, that's what's up.
Right.
And then to actually see the product,
Sure.
you know, I gotta buy it. I gotta support you.
Yeah.
But one thing in particular in your book, I learned from you is I always wonder. So you used to always call me like, Stan, like, sure you want to post that? Like, you got a lot of youth looking up to you. You know, you might want to, you know, maybe take it down. You know, and I never understood it. I'm just like, I'm just doing it. But when I read your book, I started to understand your mentality. So, your mom, you know, your grandmother,
Right.
they were churchy.
Sure.
You know, they went to church, and my family as well.
Sure.
So you did clean comedy for a while because you didn't want to, you know, I don't want to say upset them, but you didn't want to, you kind of wanted to make, you know, wanted them to listen to your material and different things. You didn't want to,
Sure.
Was it didn't want to disappoint them or?
Sure. I mean, you know, it's a gift and it's a curse. Because my mom, my grandma is from the old good job. You know, you better get you a good job and benefits, and you know, and I get it. But we're in a whole different world now. We're living in an entrepreneur era, and that's totally, different from how they were raised. And when you live in that value, that's what this is okay. This is a good job, and so now. I can have this, and my mom still look at me as far as goofing off. She truly see me as goofing. They take it more serious now, but it was a lot of dads back in the day when they said they was going to work a gig. That was their alibi to get out the house and fool around. I'm working a gig. I'm on the road. But they don't know what it takes to be what I am and what we are. They don't see this. They don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see the sacrifice. They don't see the it's real. The energy level. I'm not 17, 18. I had to prepare for this. You know, this is an operation. And they don't see what goes behind it. Matter of fact, I got a video of a guy at 7-Eleven, and he's a mechanic for the icy machine. See, people just see the sweet part, but you don't see what goes on behind it. You don't see the operation. You don't see the wiring, the mechanics, the schooling. You just see that end part. You know, you just see the stand-up. You just see the microphone. No. You don't see the engineer. You don't see the promoter. You don't see the flyer. You don't see what it took.
Yep.
So my mom is that. So when you have those principles, and then as far as cussing, you know, they said that Red Fox, you know, this one, he was Red Fox, and he went out on stage, and he saw his mother, and he couldn't perform. You know, but when I tried to do the clean, so much that, have you ever seen like New Jack City on Channel 3? And it's like, it's like
Or belly on BT.
right, yeah. Either it should or it just shouldn't be. You're not gonna please everybody, so it's like a mixture. It's like some cement. Cement got rocks, they got a little water, they got this, and then, you know. So I grab this principle, and I grab that, and I grab that, the creator, and all of that. So once again, like I say, my brother, man, which is huge inspiration, and he said that Denzel Washington's father is a pastor. You think he wanted to see him on training day? But you think he didn't accept that check?
Exactly.
So once you do that, you know, it's just like I say, you know, you got to do what feels right for you. One of my old barber's twin, and I was like, man, I was just talking about fat girls, and I was getting them to laugh, and then some people was like, he said, instead of 5, just do 3. You know, you can have a joke that's tasteful. Sometimes you can go too long on it. You know, and it's not what was said, as who said it a lot of times. You know, my mother the same one. I shouldn't be cussing, but I'm listening to the other room. You dying to Cat Williams. So it's not what was said, as who said it. At the end of the day, you know, it's almost like when they say the girl at her job, a fine guy, and he say something to you, that's a compliment. An ugly guy, that's sexual harassment. Same words. You know, that's why, you know, I have cousins and you know, oh yeah, man, such and such said this at school. I'm like, man, I've been telling you that for years. Because their ears are open to different, you know. That's why they have different, they have schooling. When you watch First 48, they have schooling for investigations. It's a schooling. I'm putting myself on your. Hey man, you want to pop, man? You man, come on, man. How you doing? I want you to open up.
Right.
I don't want you to shut down. I want you to open up. I want you to feel comfortable. And everybody can't do that. Some people are counselors. You know, my mental health, man. I finally got me a counselor. And you know, hey, so how are ya? You know, that's to open up to them. You know, a crackhead will listen to a crackhead versus a pastor. You know, because they thinking that you're talking down to them. Yeah, man. So it's just it's just your approach. It's your delivery.
Yeah, I can relate to you as well. Growing up, I was just kind of, it's like my parents, they raised me to almost like to be perfect. You know,
Sure.
I bring home a B. Why you don't got an A?
It's my mom.
I win MVP. Well, you're not the best in the state. You only the best in your area.
Right.
I'm number 11 in my class. Why you ain't cracked the top 10?
Yeah.
Even in college, you know, I had a 3.3 my first year. Why you ain't got 3.5? Why you ain't make the dean's list? You know, and I never understood it. For a long time, I just always thought my parents was hard on me and just almost like they like looking down on me. Until now, as I get older, my expectations is so high.
Sure.
I don't think like local. So when a lot of people may throw shade or envy or hate, I'm thinking global.
Sure.
You know, it's Gordon Global. It's not Gordon Cleveland or Gordon County, not even Gordon State.
Sure.
I'm thinking about the world, and what they was doing was they was just feeding me, you know, my mentality. It's almost like, you know, you wanna lose weight, you keep hitting the gym. So they've been making my mind like super strong and sharp. So everything that I get is a reflection of them. You know, and I commend them for that. I said it in my commencement speech when I did the speech for JFK. But I went to church, and you know, I was at church 5 days a week. Tuesday usher board, Wednesday BTW, Saturday choir rehearsal. I look like a middle fingers. I'm the tallest. Sunday church, then you there all day. So, you know, I just felt like they churched me out. But it's the balance, like in entertainment, because you like, man, like you got the church people, but then you also got who you truly are. And a lot of times people not gonna understand us, like you said, as being entrepreneurs or going for what you want. But me, I was always hard and stubborn, you know. So a lot of times I do things, a lot of people not gonna understand it, and now I'm finding that balance, like you say, you know, and I feel like it's important. Taking care of your mindset, your mentality, your body, you know, your spirit, your intellect, you know, reading. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, just you've been viral. You went viral, you know, several times. You get millions of hits, but then your car break down. You know what I'm saying? You go through these different things. How do you navigate with a balance of being a man and being Delonte the person?
Great question. So, wow. It's a constant day-to-day balance or struggle because I just know how quick it could be gone if it's not taken care of instantly, especially with this cancel culture. I hate social media. I think it's the fakest, phoniest platform that we can hide behind, keyboards. I'm old school. I want to feel. I can feel your vibe. I can feel your energy within seconds if you walk into the room. I can feel it. Just by, I know that you, besides our friendship, I know that you wanted this interview. You were waiting by the door for me. I can feel that. They say that 80% of conversations is nonverbal. Eyes and all. I can't feel that internet. All of these digital relationships. We never met and we thinking we know each other. I was never the pen pal guy. I was never that letter guy. I can feel that. And, I thank God for it. But I'm just so back in the day, structured, old school. Hey, man, come holler at me. We need to talk. Everything is text now. Everything is email. And it's like, ugh. And it just gets you lopsided. Sometimes it doesn't seem real. Like, wow, I forgot that I did that, because we're forever chasing the next move. I'm in my harvest season right now, man. I'm trying to eat. I'm a true giver. I'm a servant. I love to give. When you're constantly chasing this and that, this book, as we're doing it, I'm like, oh, I did that and I did that. You're running so much, you forget the accomplishments that you did. Because you're trying to get this and you're trying to get that and the next one. Everything is so next. Next. And I'm huge on, I'm not, like E.T. and grind. When you're dead, that's when you sleep. No. I believe in massages. I believe in yoga. I believe in revivals. I believe in whatever it takes for you to release. That's what you should do. But I do think that black people, we celebrate too quick and we celebrate too long. You got a quarter raise and you about to go get a Ferrari, okay? It's your birthday month, for real? It's your birthday season? God got one day. And it's just, just look at, Monday, I hate my job. And Tuesday, I'm broke. Wednesday, and then here come Friday. Oh, still like, damn. And then George Floyd, man, a man at the world. And then LeBron dunk. And it's like, how long are we going to be mad? Is it a season? Is it a day? Is it a fad? It's just, we just don't have that solidness. And that's how I know the reason why cancel culture is so prevalent, because people wasn't really on you like that. A lot of people are seasons. And one misagreement, one miss, it's gone. Because it was never there. You know, you could take a mother that her son killed somebody, and she's really, you know, not pleased with him, but she still got his back. This is my son. I birthed him, so it's not cancel culture. So it's easy for me. That's like a rental car. I'm a run it. I'm a gun it. But my car that I paid, now you can't smoke in it. See. So it's more. It's more invested. People wasn't dealing with you like that. That's why it's easy for you to let go. And the cancel culture and social media reminds me of Jenga. That you got this big thing that you built, and one false move, it'll fall. Sometimes you don't even got to touch it, it'll fall. Success is maintained. And people love, and I'm not trying to rag on my peoples, but we love the fall story. We don't want you to be on top that long. If not any, we're crabs in the barrel. Unfortunately.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Cause I post like a lot of positive stuff, you know, giving back, giving out toys, cleats, turkeys. And then one time I posted, a guy pissed me off for a promoter that I dealt with that owed me some money. And I posted that.
I remember.
Got like 10,000 views.
Sure.
And I was just like, anytime I post something negative, people feed it. You know, but it's like when I post positive things, it's like nobody act like they don't see it.
Sure. So
I don't do things for likes, for views, but one thing I do it for, I know it's a generation under me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they need me. You know, so that's one reason why I jumped into media, because they need to see conversations like this. We're the parent now, the internet.
That's right.
The parent isn't at home anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, like even when we was in school, we was at school for what, 70% of the day. You 10%. Well, I was outside, but 10% of the time you at home. So now even at home, the kids is on their phones.
Even at school. Yeah. That's why I know the video gonna go bananas, but staged, but I'm gonna rob a family. And nobody see me, everybody on their phone. Make me a sandwich. I'm gonna take the shoes off and all that. Everybody on their phone. And then I'll just narrate it at the end and say, this is why family isn't family anymore. We don't talk to each other. We don't sit at that dinner table and see what's going on with you. Oh, yeah.
I want to talk to you about college, like your college experience. You went to the Natty?
Sure.
Yeah. So how was Cincinnati?
Racist, man. It was very, very racist. But I had, the best time of my life. Friendships and survival, like you say, with your parents. Like, oh, this is why my mother said don't turn this light on, because the bill is going to be this high. It was like it was reality, and I loved it. I truly did. It taught you a lot. I just imagine the fun and the experience I had. I just imagine if I would have went to a HBCU. But I would never forget those 3 years that I did. Got incarcerated down there. It's like I said, learned a lot. I know I would not be what I am today without Cincinnati. From the survival, man. I mean, just I had 3 roommates, man, and our rent was $185, man, and we got evicted.
$185?
Yeah, together.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds like Section 8.
Yeah, together, and we got evicted.
Wow. What was this, like the 40s or something like that?
Nah, man. Man. You wasn't getting paid. Books, man. Books costing $200. It was tough. Yeah, it was tough, bro.
So what happened? Like, why you didn't finish like your last year?
So we were, the loans that we had. I did like 2 years. I got in that some foolishness with the law. They was about to give me 2 years. I was on probation. Sent me here. Fell in love. Came back. Tried to get in school. Couldn't. So I'm just working down there. Working a factory. Broke again. Then I just wound up just going home. And I wasn't supposed to come here, and they got me, picked me up here, down there. Like they put me in Jeffrey Dahmer shackles, and it was bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. It was horrible. So that's why.
Yeah. I didn't I didn't finish my last year in college.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I went to Notre Dame and I played football there, but my journey was a little different. When I went to school, I was actually a top 100 player in Scouting, Ohio, but we waited to the last minute. Me and my parents waited to the last minute, so all the offers I had, they were voided now. So Notre Dame wanted me, they was gonna give me a scholarship, but by me waiting to the last minute, I didn't get the scholarship. So I had to commute. A lot of people don't know that I had to commute. I didn't have a room. I didn't have room and board. I didn't have a meal plan. I didn't have anything. But all I had was a dream. Coach said, you coming here, you going to play or whatever. So I was like, football is my love. But long story short, I went from being a starter my whole life to sitting the bench in college. And seeing all the guys, I was always one of the biggest and the strongest and the fastest. But when I went to college, everybody was big. Everybody was fast. Everybody was tall. And I had to work my way up, and it was hard because I would stay with guys I played football with, stayed in their room because I couldn't afford to keep going back home and coming back. I had a job. I was working in the admissions office, and I was working at White Castle too. And I was, sometimes take food from White Castle just so I can eat, and guys would steal food from the cafeteria so I can eat. And I was sleeping on air mattresses and going to class every day and working 2 jobs. Then my car falling apart. I had a 94 Dodge Spirit. Shocks was messed up. So I'm driving and be bouncing up and down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I had to put change in my car just so I can have gas money. And for a long time, at the time, I'm like, I thought it was cool. But now as I get older, I'm like, dang, I was really messed up for real.
Sure.
And by the time I got to my last year, I had fun, but I didn't feel like I had a lot of stress. Being a 20-year-old kid, working 2 jobs. One time my windshield wipers ain't work, and I had to go to work. But how I'm going to eat? I got to literally eat because that's where the food is at my job. So, but it made me into this person that I am today. And I remember when I pretty much dropped out of college my last year. My parents didn't understand why, and I'm just like, I messed up. And they told me, like, you don't go back to school, you gotta leave the house. And that's what I did. I left.
Yeah.
I left, had 2 garbage bags and a dream. And I guess I'm doing all right. Cause, doing all right now. But a lot of times I just want to tell people, like, whatever you go through, your experiences, it helps you, but don't let whatever your experience is hold you back. Always move forward.
Yeah.
Because if you focus on the negative, it's like you're going to be stuck.
Sure.
I just always look to where I used to be at, and that's to kind of keep me going.
Absolutely.
But that's crazy. I never knew that you you went there 3 years. But so after you left college, I know you was working at Home Depot.
Sure. Nordstrom,
then Home Depot. And that's when you started like your whole like comedy journey, like around that time?
A little bit after. A little bit after. So left Home Depot 404. So probably around about 08. Right when I was at Lowe's. That's when I started. Yeah, when I was basically with Lowe's and had a team of buddies, and we just, we went all in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the internet wasn't that, big as what it is now. Where you had to.
Y'all ain't had desktops back then, did y'all?
Right. Yeah, man. So, old school and performing, that's what we did.
Yeah, so you used to perform up at the B side. Was
Sure.
that's one of your first
Sure.
spots?
Yeah, man.
I want to talk about like one of your first performance, because a lot of the guys, they was pushing you at work. You should do this. You funny.
Sure.
And you had a lot of doubt. Like did you have a lot of doubt? Like
still do.
thinking like I can't do this.
Yeah, still do.
I want to talk about the importance of doubt, or more importantly, fear. A lot of things that I do, I move in fear.
Yeah.
So things that I do, people be like, you can't do that. And I just go do it anyway.
Sure.
How was that, like your first stand-up?
Oh, horrible. Absolutely horrible. Just you're panicking. Me, I was drunk. Trying to get the butterflies together. When you're the first person that it's nobody that I can really talk to that been in this position, and it's like you're just you're making the footsteps, and it's just it's scary, still scary, but it was a disaster. I remember this one lady, she was just slinging those tomatoes, and I couldn't believe that my grandmother was doing that to me. Grandmother. But yeah, man. But the thing is, your peoples, man, will not let you fail. Your peoples will see greatness in you when you don't. And failing is a part of it. Now you're learning. Oh, I can't do that, and I can't do this. Slow down, and you get back up. Well, some people's getting back up is a different from some people it takes a day, some people it takes 2 weeks, some people it takes a year. Some people get back up differently, but you have to get back up. Like Martin Luther King, he said, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. So, you could take somebody, like I said, they got back up within one day. This person that took a year. Everybody is different. You got one boiling hot water, but this same boiling hot water will soften a potato, but harden an egg. Two different reactions. That's why I'm not real big in astrology. Oh man, that Gemini, he that way. No, man, that's his past. You could take two girls that's a Capricorn. This girl was raised in Beverly Hills, and then this girl was raised on Eddie Road getting molested. Their actions is totally different. I get the moon, and I get all of that. But man, that damn OJ, man, them Gemini, no, that nigga's crazy. They ain't got nothing to do. They ain't no Anthony Soway, them Tauruses. No, he a Taurus down there, and he's a good guy. You can't put that on Taurus. That's a sick person. Man, them Pisces, man, I gather they be paying. Them Pisces will pay on you. No, don't name it that, So, yeah. But I get it. I get, but some people they're in. It's just your trauma. If a person came to a room like this, and the last time they went into a studio, they got robbed. Your approach is totally different. Your bearings are different. Your you know what I mean? So you know, Ray Charles with the water when his brother drowned. Water freaks him out. Some people never drive again after an accident. So everything, you know, I got fired before by email. So now every alert is like, is this bad news? You know, that trauma that you get. So that's all. So every individual is different. Some people want to be seen. I'm not in that anymore. I don't need it. I don't need to be seen. People seen enough of me. I want to be seen when I want to. You know, some people say they want the fortune, not the fame. They want the fame. They want what comes with it. I don't have to have it. I don't need it. I don't need the Navigator or the Ferrari. Give me that Honda. Give me that runner. I could see a girl. She got the body and all this, but I'm like, hold on. What's behind it? You know, there's a reason why she's constantly single. She's fine as hell, but it's a reason why she's single. So I'm not about to give up my peace of mind for a piece of ass. I don't look at what a girl can bring to the table. I look at what she can take off. You know, so, you know, I know it's me. You know, I'm very selfish with my time. I'm very selfish with my peace. Like my buddy said, we don't have to go to the Bahamas, or let's have some ice cream for 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes, I can tell if this gonna. We don't need to have a couple of dates for me to figure you out. I can figure you out real quick. You know what I mean? I can figure out if you said thank you when I opened the door, your punctuality, your being on the phone, everything. I could be wrong sometime within 5 minutes, but they said if somebody wastes 10 minutes of your time, 8 minutes was your fault. Because within 2 minutes you should have smelled the bullshit. Period. And you ain't got to be rude, but hey, let me. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back. You know, I take joy coming home and like, wow, nobody soaked me. I got energy. I came home with energy. I didn't get in drama. You know, but when you don't see it, and I told you about I wasn't good in football as far as that level, but as far as life, I'm a Barry Sanders. I could see something, boom, and I could just wiggle. I could boom and boom. Like in my book, saying no is one of the most important words that I learned. Sometimes you said yes too much. You know, you said yes, and now you're overwhelmed. You know, now you don't. Damn, man, he played me, man. He was on stand show, but I've been asking about that, and I've been asking about this, and it's like, you know, they tell you to build relationships and engagement with these digital. That's so much energy. If I got 90,000 messages from this video, if I say thanks, then she's waiting for a thanks. And he's waiting for a thanks, and it's like, wow, like I'm drained. You know, you could get drained from love. You know, like damn. You know, you go into a spot. You know, you hugging. By the time the fourth hug, it's like damn, I need a nap. You know, it's like when you got your peoples at the house and you try to sneak out the back door. You got your one cousin. Hey, you gone? Oh God. Now I gotta go hug her. I gotta hug her. Yeah, I'll be in church. Yeah, okay. Hey, you got $5, man? Hey, man, can you take me to the store, man? Can you move? Oh, it's like, oh my God, who's behind me, man? There's 3 cars behind. It's like Jesus. That's why we park on the street. That's why they said as a kid, you snuck out the house to go to the party. As an adult, you sneak out the party to go to the house. They say as a kid you cried because you had to go to sleep. They say as an adult you cried because you can't go to sleep. So, I'm cool in my skin. I'm cool, not to say content, but I'm fine. I'm you know. every day. Hey, I want to do a skit with you. I want to do this and I want to do that. What are you bringing to the table? This is not goofing off. You know, can I come to your job at Lincoln Electric and mess with you? No. See, now your family's eating already. So now you just going. So now if I say, okay, cool, you could be in a skit. I'm dependent on you to be there at 1. I'm dependent on you to bring your energy. I'm dependent on all that. So right now I'm not hiring. I'm fine. You know, this is not. We might be doing silly content or comical content, but we're up against the world. Everything that I do is critique now. Same way when we did this, you got that together, you got that together, you got all of this. This is no game, man. This is a production.
Right.
You know? I do a video, they gonna talk about why the book crossed like that, and why didn't they have a white wine, and why this microphone, why ain't it wireless? Yeah. It's just they have to find. That's what trollers do. You know, and I used to just constantly haters and haters and haters and haters and this girl told me, she said, if you continue, it's in a book. If you continue to water your weeds, your flowers are going to die. You give that energy to your peoples, you know. And then that's the thing as far as my mental, like I just told you, I have so much stuff in my head that sometimes I can't spew it out because I'm thinking of all of these things. And I was put back in the 2nd grade. I always been a slow learner. Like it takes me a long time for me to get something. It takes me a long time to watch a movie, and some people can just recite it. They can read this, boom, 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 and just recite it. It takes me a long time. Once I get it, I got it. That's the frustrating thing with social media. It's like you keep changing the rules. Now, I'm not talking about rules to make people laugh. I'm talking about rules. I'm trying to get this money, and you keep changing this. When I first started, they said 3 minutes, and then they put the videos. Then you changed it and said a minute. That changed my whole approach for a video. Now you're doing reels, 30 seconds. It changes your whole different approach. Same with your interview. Okay, how long do I got D-Hawk? An hour, 5 minutes, 2 hours. Changes your whole thing. You know, but girl, hey, you got me for an hour. I know what I'm gonna do. The girl say, you got me for 5 minutes. I know what I'm gonna do. Girl say, you got me for a weekend. So your approach is that you're forever changing the goal post, the goal line. I'm 46 years old, man. I mean, you gotta go on TikTok. And you gotta go on work. And you got, it's like, dude, man. You know what I mean? Like every day you come into your job and your desk is this way. Then the time clock is this way. Then the lunchroom is this way. Then you come, lunchroom over there, it's like your bearings are. It's like, what's consistent? And it messes with your scruples.
So how important is it to reinvent yourself? Because the way you started is not how you are today. Yeah. So how important is that? Can you explain to someone, especially if they're in the business or they may do comedy or music, whatever it may be, how important is it to reinvent yourself especially if it's not working?
Ooh. So I think reinventing yourself, I think I didn't reinvent myself. I think myself is being exposed more of who I truly am. You don't have to fake it to make it. You know, you're saying, oh, okay, they like this about me. They don't like that about me. You know, Too Short, he's not going to stop saying B. TD Jakes is not going to stop saying amen. But after, you know, you're tap dancing. If you see urban comedians around white people, they become Carltons. You know, they're not truly who they are because they're trying to appease or they're trying to cross over. So And then as you're getting older, you're changing. Your energy is changing. Your values are changing. But I don't think that as far as people have, like what you said, as far as being ignorance, I say you have to have one ear open. When you got no ears, you're not learning, and when you got two, you're listening to too much. You have to pay attention to what the people are saying, because you're in the people business. So Mike Tomlin, head coach for the Steelers, he said nothing is more worse than a rookie that knows it all. You're unteachable. You're ungrowable. So you have to. I always said this, like you said. I had this scenario. Hey D, man, hold on before you go on stage. I'm like, man, look, man, I make viral videos. You can't tell me nothing. You ain't no comedian. No, D, I just want to let you look, dude, man. I'm about to go on stage, man. I'm about to go rock the house. No, D, I just want to let you know you have a booger in your nose. If you just listen, calm down and listen. That 6 that you keep thinking all your life was a 6. If you walk around, it's a 9. You go into another country, you say, why are you eating the pie backwards? They say, why are you eating the pie backwards? This is how we were raised. So just because you were raised that way don't mean that's the right way. So you have to be, like you said, you have to be acceptable to change. And that's huge for me, because this change that I'm seeing in the world, I don't like it. I don't like it's cool that you don't need a middleman. That's fine and it's great, but nobody needs a middleman. Back in the day, to see somebody on TV and to hear them, you had to be talking about something. Now you on one channel. You got a girl doing duck lips, you got a guy that's narrating the same game you're watching. It's like, wow, this is my platform, and it's like, it just gets so saturated that it's just like, wow, it becomes overwhelming. It's like just media. Like I said, it's a gift and it's a curse.
Yeah, it's you had spoke about listening. That was pretty dope. With if you listen with both ears, you listen too much. You listen with one ear, that means you're actually learning.
Sure.
I met a young guy. Just met him. This is about a couple of days ago, and he was talking. He sells. He works for like T-Mobile or Verizon, one of those like type of gigs. And he also want to start selling his own product like myself. So he literally just talking the whole time, like telling me, what he want to do. He want to create a show, want to create a product, want to do this, want to do that. Younger guy. He literally talked for like 30 minutes.
Sure.
But not one time he asked me what I did. One time. So I let him talk, but I had to go. When I got to the 2 minutes, I said, I'm like, can I say something real quick? He said, yeah. I say, listen, I don't mean this with no disrespect or anything, but when you're a salesman, sometimes selling isn't selling a $10 bottle. Selling could be simply talking, like selling it to an investor. You don't even know who you're talking to. Everything that you're doing, I've done it. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, just as a, somebody that want to see you progress. Know who you talking to. Everybody that I meet, hey, you mind if I ask you what you do? I don't know who I'm talking to. Like, I can, and that's the importance of building relationships. Sure. And connecting with people. But don't just connect with them, actually build the relationships. Sure. Hit them back. Don't wait till 2-3 weeks. Hit them back the next couple days.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If I want to learn how to write a book, I can call D-Hawk.
Right.
If I, want to know how to, get monetized, maybe Facebook, Instagram, if I should go to Venmo, whatever, I can hit you up and ask you for the information.
Absolutely.
Because literally what I've been doing is building a mastermind group.
Right.
They say the smartest person isn't the one with all the information and the knowledge. The smartest person is the one who have everybody around them who has all the information.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's like the thing that said, "Oh, we good." It said, "I didn't go to Harvard, but the people that work for me did." Yeah, so absolutely. I'm a firm believer on energy. I'm a firm believer on, you are who you hang around with. You soak it up. So I'm just big on energy. If you energy is so important. If you got 8 hours of good sleep, baby went straight to sleep, like didn't cry in the middle of the night, everything. You got 8 hours, amazing sleep. You come around me, and I yarn. You're yarning. That energy just transferred that quick. When you text, some people, the grammar in their text, you'll start texting that way. You talk to me, and I'm hood, and I'm a cusser. You're cussing. Moms call you. Your pastor. You still stand, but you're different. You're pitched. That's energy, bro. You're around this and this, and you go to Atlanta and this opportunity, and it's like, wow. Then you go in the hood, it's Black and Milds. You start doing what they're doing. You're mimicking what they're doing instantly. If I do this, you start blinking. If I do this, you think you got a booger in your nose. And people don't realize that energy, that good or bad. And I also want to tell people the balance. It's like we need water. Your body need water. But people drown off water too. A knife can cut vegetables and fruits. It can cut a nigga too. Fire, stove, stew, pot. People. So it's too much for anything. Over. We need air, oxygen. You drive on 480 for 2 miles and put your head outside the window for 2 miles and watch it blow off, pop off. It's too much air. You're being on this too long. You don't have that balance. You talk to somebody, y'all been talking for 2 years. You talk to that person, you don't even know in real life. Y'all never met. You never felt his pressure. You don't even know. He could have been in a wheelchair. You don't see because all he got is like this. So it's like my uncle. We looking for a lawyer for him now because he had his court date and the judge said all rise and he's paralyzed and he couldn't rise, man. So we need and we were raised, the way our grandmother raised, somebody let you out, in traffic, you tell them thank you, and people be sticking up their middle finger because they don't think that but he got a short hand and they don't see this. They just think he's not grateful of them. And he a barber, man. He will mess your hairline off, man. It's just like this. And he's just so damn independent, and he's a photographer. And we had our whole family. Our whole family came from Alabama. It's 30 people in the picture, and he took it as one. It was just me. It's just one. It don't look like nobody came to the family reunion, man. Yeah. He loved to play pool, man, but he will scratch every stroke. Yeah. No, but that boy will scratch, man.
I want to ask you, we wrapping up.
All right, brother.
But I want to ask you, so it's a young D-Hawk out there, Delonte. He's wants to become a comedian. Everyone says he's funny, but he don't know. he wants it now. He wants the instant gratification.
Sure.
19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to that young version of yourself?
Well, I just say, what's the worst can happen? You go out there, you look like an ass. You forget your jokes. Your mouth get chalky, like you got a stroke. People laugh at you. You won't get paid for about 6 years. Your mother look at you as a failure and an idiot. They won't let you in church because they said you're not funny. You won't get no girls because they don't think you funny. But other than that, it's fine. It's no, just, other than that, Stan,
That's wrong profession.
Goddamn, Jesus. Other than that, man, just other than that, man, it's all right. Now, your team, you have to have a squad. You have to. I don't care how talented you are, how dedicated you are. You gotta have a team, because you're gonna have those days that you just get down. That's why people have workout partners. One day you might not want to work out, and he do, and it's just. But you gotta keep that man first. You gotta be selfish with your energy. You have to, and you have to understand that it's just not going to come overnight. You have to go back and don't look at the Kevin Harts and the Eddie Murphys when they're 20. If you do go, look at when they started. Look at how long it took them. Look at their struggles. Understand it's going to be, and enjoy the process. Not to say expect to fail, but really expect to fail. It takes time, and like I said, that team, man, you got to be in a huddle where you're not bumping helmets with people. So it's all about your team. I don't care how good you are, how talented you are. If you're squad, because you can't do it all. You can't be at every place at every time. So it's your team, man. It's not lonely at the top if you take the people that helped you get there with you.
Yeah, that's one thing I've been just so appreciative lately is my team. I know it look like I'm by myself right now, but trust me, I got people that's helping me. From especially like Lay. He's one of my mentors.
Absolutely.
And he the one taught me how to set these mics up and operate this tablet that most people don't even know I'm switching it. I'm directing it right now.
It's beautiful, ain't it?
Yeah, very beautiful.
Beautiful.
How to edit videos and use Final Cut Pro and at first I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do what I'm doing. I'm lit. I'm the guy. Not like saying it in an arrogant way, but it's like I wasn't being ignorant. And then he kept saying it, kept being adamant. I said, you know what? Why not? Let me just learn it. Let me just watch.
Sure.
And I know what I'm doing now. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm the greatest, but I'm the latest. So but now I just feel like I'm about to be the biggest journalist in the world. Like nobody's about to touch me because I'm going to work to get better and do my homework and continue to strive and grow.
Sure.
And I'm going to teach the people around me, like you said.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to give you something. You around me, you come bearing gifts. So I want to get you a little gold bag.
Look at God. My man.
That's for you.
Appreciate it, man.
That right there is.
Alrighty.
It's called the Standard, and
okay.
Actually making myself strawberry lemonade.
Alrighty.
And some wine,
This ain't no Bill Cosby stuff, is it?
Nah.
All right,
it's some wine, but you drink it, you gonna have a good time,
Appreciate that, man.
But I appreciate you, man.
Yes.
And I would say, let me get your autograph, but I already got your autograph
right.
in the book.
Absolutely.
Where can they find your book at?
On Amazon, man. You go to Delonte Hawkins, DELONTE HAWKINS, and pop right up. Beyond the Stage.
And before you get off, I want to ask you the importance of that, because I know you said it, but a lot of times I was selling product out my trunk.
Sure.
And I still do. I'm gonna get the $10 bottle. Got the $100 bottles. What's the importance of having like your product online?
Cause they just run you raggedy. I was just talking about my buddy this morning. Like, yeah, me, you have a flyer, right? You on this? Yeah, that's me. Well, what time is it? At 8 o'clock. Well, where is it? Right there. It's like, Jesus. And it's just, we're in this world. Look, some people, I have fans and followers in other countries. So instead of me going to the mailbox and this and that, and but I'm only making so much proceeds with the money, and it's not all about money with me. But by the time everything is done, you're not making no profit. Then your energy and all that. So when you have, like once again, it's the teamwork. Mm-hmm. Amazon now is part of your team. Of course they're gonna take a cut. But I had to have a publisher and a writer. It's a team. I don't want to do it all. I'm not a good writer, nor I'm not a good reader. So my writer, I tell her my thoughts, and she put it down. And my brother is my best friend. I had him read it the first, and he could tell that it wasn't me. So I was telling her, but she was putting it in her words, and he know his brother more than anybody else. So I can tell you something in her expertise, Tanya. Well, you can take a word and make it, but don't change it that much till it's not me, because this is my book. So I'm working on a children's book right now about mental health. Uncle Freddie is like the superhero, is a counselor. And then I got another book. It's called What Happened to the Village. So yeah, man.
That's cool. Is there anything else you want to leave the people with? Like, you said you got your books coming up. You got any stand-ups coming in the near future, or?
So I once again, I want to do something different. I probably, which I will, like we have the cigar, we have the wine, we do like a watch party, have the videos, perfectly edit, chill out, you know what I mean, like a movie. Yeah. Have the books available and taking pictures and all of that. But I'm just right now I'm just dealing with a social anxiety. I don't know where it came from, but I know what I'm dealing with. I don't know, as we get older, your tolerance, and even when I go over my family's house and there's just kids around and just constant dudes trying to have a conversation, and the doorbell keep ringing, and you got your white suit, you got that little kid, and you got the slob, and here come the dog. They got the what I mean, like, wow, man. So I'll just pray on it. Like I said, I'm very the yoga, Judge Dawson. It's just that mental health is so important. And that's the thing, like with our culture, people think that you're on. Get me on. I'm not on. How can I get you on? I'm not on. And then, he changed. And,
you're a hater.
Oh, you a hater. No, I'm not a hater. Like, dude, and then you in that, remember I did that? Remember? Yes, I remember the blue crayon you gave me. But I gave it back, dude. I was going to make a video about how people love to, your loyalty, question your loyalty. And I tell them it's going to be a thing of training wheels. And it's like, you taught me how to ride my bike. But if I continue to have these training wheels, I'll fall. I can't take you on I grew up. But they want to leech on to, it's not leeching on, but dude, I grew. And people love that he ain't real, or he ain't, and I'll tell you before, yes, I changed, absolutely. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to change your undershirt, your drawers. You're supposed to. damn, you're not the same person you used to be.
Nah.
You know?
I remember that story you told me about the barbershop with they was talking about like, man, this guy like super funny, and you remember that story? He's like hilarious, and he showing the videos and all that.
Oh, and the guy stopped laughing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
man, such and such, blah blah blah, man. My girl was yeah, that's him. I'm like, wow.
And you stopped laughing. And you was sitting right in the chair.
Yeah. Some people just can't express. You're too close. I can't give you flowers right now. That's why I heard that quote that said, people got a million good things to say about you. You just have to die first. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, make sure y'all get his book, Beyond the Stage.
This was a great interview, brother.
Yeah, Beyond the Stage. Go on Amazon. You know, purchase it. I'm gonna see if I get me a couple, and you know, I slang them on my trunk.
All
you
right.
know? So yeah, but definitely a great read, and if you want to really know like the mentality, you know, and look at the title, it's called Beyond the Stage. So he's not talking about comedy, he's talking about him.
Exactly.
And a lot of times it's important, you know, in this age, is that we could look at other people, you be like, man, they doing good, you know, going viral, your dress is nice, you know, everything is great, but they don't know the person, you know, really the person who truly they are.
Yeah.
I know Delonte Hawkins. Everybody else know D-Hawk or Uncle Freddie.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the difference. Just like the world knows Ez Gordon, but he knows Stan. You know, and that's the important thing. Always remember, you know, that person, you know, is a person. You know, and definitely, like you said, mental health, work out. You know, mind, body, spirit. Work on your mental, physical, spiritual, intellect, and your emotion.
Yep.
And if the people around you not challenge you in those, call it the pie. Each one of those are a slice, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually. If they're not challenge you in any of those categories, I don't care who they are, try to get away from them fast as you can. Because they ain't helping you. Yeah. They holding you back.
Yep. Don't try to do.
Like when you came in here, I'm like, man, you lost some weight. Like, you know, you look good.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
It wasn't that you didn't look good before,
right?
You know, but you look healthy. You standing up taller. You know, I'm working out too.
Right.
So it's like it's dope to see someone else doing that, and you doing it more so for this.
Sure.
Not and for this.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
But man, I really appreciate you for coming on here, taking your time. I value your time. Very important to me. Make sure y'all support him. You know, buy a T-shirt, purchase his book on Amazon, show up to the you know, his giveaways, you know, and donate to him. You know, if he doing a giveaway, share, like, comment on the post. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like those things are ways to support him. You know, and that's what we all should do. We should be coming together. So, but there it is, another episode in the bag. D-Hawk. Peace.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. 'Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play.